Have you ever noticed how the lives of the stars we admire so much often seem perfect? Dazzling outfits, flawless smiles, performances that move millions. But behind the scenes, reality isn't always as rosy as it seems. That's precisely what recently happened to South Korean actress Park Min-young, one of the most beloved in the K-drama universe, who shocked the public by appearing extremely thin at a promotional event. The photos went viral, comments erupted, and controversy erupted. Was she simply preparing for a new role, or was her health at risk? This moment became a topic of discussion in newspapers, websites, and social media around the world, not just out of curiosity, but because it raised a serious and necessary question. How much does beauty cost in the entertainment world? How many times as fans have we demanded perfection without realizing the price this demand takes for those on the other side of the screen? Are we contributing to a cruel cycle in which appearance is valued more than talent? The truth is that Park Min-young's case is not an isolated one. It opens the door to a reflection we should all make. Why do we continue to associate success with extreme thinness? Why is the body of an actress who should be recognized for her talent still scrutinized as if it were more important than her work? In this video, we'll delve into this debate together, understand the facts, analyze the consequences, and, above all, reflect on the role each of us plays in this story. Because ultimately, it's not just about Park Min-young, but about an entire generation of artists bearing an inhuman burden. If you also believe that art and talent should speak louder than imposed standards, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and share this video. This way, we show that we're ready to change the way we see our idols. It all started with a simple pre-debut promotional event for Park Min-young. The actress appeared before the cameras, smiling and elegant as ever, but one thing immediately caught everyone's attention: her extremely thin appearance. Within minutes, photos and videos began circulating online, and the reaction was explosive. Fans from all over the world began commenting, concerned about the actress's health. Words like scary and alarming dominated social media, and hashtags with her name quickly became popular. The Korean press was quick to report on the situation. Entertainment websites and specialized columns highlighted the dramatic transformation, and the controversy soon shifted from a simple aesthetic observation to a collective concern. After all, we're talking about one of K-drama's biggest stars, someone who has always inspired millions with her talent and charisma. And this is where the most controversial point arises. Was this change in Park Min-young's body just part of her preparation for a role? Or are we seeing the effects of inhuman pressure that goes beyond acting? This question sparked a broader debate about health, beauty standards, and the limits imposed by the industry. And I want you to think with me. When we see these images, are we simply curious, or are we also part of a cycle that demands perfection without considering the consequences? The controversy surrounding Park Min-young didn't arise out of nowhere. It reflects a much larger problem: the standard of thinness that dominates the world of K-dramas and the South Korean entertainment industry. From a young age, actors, actresses, and idols are exposed to an almost invisible but extremely heavy pressure to always be in shape, look flawless from every angle, and maintain a body that conforms to an often unattainable beauty ideal. In South Korea, extreme diets are common among artists. Some have revealed they spent weeks eating only sweet potatoes, boiled chicken, or even liquids to lose weight quickly before a recording session. Others have said they are haunted daily by the fear of gaining a few pounds, as if it could erase the entire value of their talent. And, unfortunately, many fans, by praising extremely thin bodies, end up reinforcing the idea that this standard is the only acceptable one. Research shows that Korea is among the countries with the highest rates of body dissatisfaction. And this statistic is not surprising considering how the media and industry influence celebrities' appearance. It's not just about aesthetics. A slim image is often associated with success, discipline, and even purity. But underlying this is a cycle of pressure that can compromise the physical and mental health of those who try to follow this path. Park Min-young's case, therefore, isn't just about her. It's about how the public consumes and reacts, how the industry exerts pressure, and how the media fuels a distorted view of what it means to be healthy or beautiful. Extreme thinness, which is often celebrated, needs to be reconsidered. After all, what good is the glow of fame if, behind it, there is suffering and exhaustion? When we talk about extreme thinness in the entertainment world, it's impossible to ignore the fine line between appearance and health. Park Min-young's body made headlines because her image attracted attention, but what really matters is what might be happening behind this change. The relentless pursuit of a perfect body often exceeds the limits of what is healthy, turning aesthetics into a dangerous burden. Doctors and nutrition experts warn that aggressive diets, common among celebrities, can cause serious imbalances. Severe dietary restrictions compromise the body's functioning, suppress the immune system, affect mood, and can lead to exhaustion. In more extreme cases, they lead to eating disorders such as anorexia and bulimia, which affect not only the body but also the mind. This is where we must reflect. When an actress appears excessively thin, what are we really seeing? Is it simply discipline or a reflection of invisible pressures that sap her energy and jeopardize her well-being? Appearances can be deceiving, but the body always pays the price for such difficult decisions. The biggest problem is that this demand is often disguised as praise. The public applauds thinness without realizing that, by reinforcing this standard, they may be encouraging harmful practices. Health, which should be a priority, is relegated to the background. Park Min-young's case raises precisely this warning. What's the point of being at the top of fame if, to achieve it, you have to sacrifice the most precious thing, your health? Beauty may attract attention, but it's vitality that sustains anyone's career and life. When we think about the thinness trend that's dominating the entertainment world, it's easy to blame the industry alone. But the truth is that the media and the public also bear a huge responsibility in this process. The way we react to, comment on, and consume images of celebrities directly contributes to fueling or breaking this cycle. The media, for example, specializes in turning bodies into headlines. When an artist gains a few pounds, scandalous stories emerge. When they lose weight, they are praised as an example of discipline. This movement creates a dangerous narrative. That appearance is more important than talent or health. In Park Min-young's case, just a few photos were enough for newspapers and websites around the world to present her thinness as a spectacle, often without considering the impact it would have on her. But it's not just the media. The public also has an influence. Fans who praise extreme thinness or criticize any body change reinforce the idea that there is only one acceptable standard. These comments often stem from affection, but the effect is devastating. Artists remain constantly on guard, fearful of disappointing their fans. Park Min-young's episode shows us something important. Every like, every comment, every share has weight. We are part of a machine that can push and release. The big question is, do we want to continue feeding this inhuman pressure? Or can we learn to value talent and dedication above the scale? The reflection is simple, but necessary. The way we look at our idols says a lot about the way we look at ourselves. Amid all the controversy surrounding Park Min-young's thinness, there's one thing we can't forget. She's not just an image that appears on magazine covers or in publicity photos. Park Min-young is, above all, a talented actress who has forged a solid career marked by unforgettable roles in major K-drama productions. Her versatility and dedication have already made her one of the most admired artists of her generation. Reducing her career to mere appearances is a way to devalue years of effort, study, and dedication. Anyone who follows her career knows how deeply she immerses herself in each character, bringing to life stories that move millions of people around the world. However, when the debate about weight and physique takes precedence over her work, her talent risks being overshadowed by superficial curiosity. Of course, concerns about her health are legitimate. Her fans have every right to be concerned, but a balance needs to be found, supporting her without making the artist an object of constant surveillance. The image we see at an event is only a snapshot, not the entirety of her. Park Min-young's true value lies in her artistry, her ability to move, and her tireless dedication. This is what should be the focus of the conversation, not just the numbers on the scale. When we choose to look beyond appearances, we make room for her talent to shine and for the artist to be remembered for what truly matters, the power of her performance and the cultural contribution she makes with each role. Park Min-young's case shouldn't be seen as an isolated incident restricted to one actress or a momentary controversy. It serves as a mirror that reveals something much broader: how, as a society, we still grapple with beauty standards and the aesthetic pressure placed on those in the spotlight. When an image of extreme thinness becomes a global issue in just a few minutes, it demonstrates how deeply we are trapped in a perspective that values the body over a person's essence. This reflection must be collective, because we are all part of this cycle. The industry creates rigid standards, the media amplifies them, and the public consumes and reacts. But at the same time, it is precisely the public that has the power to transform this mechanism. When we stop listening to superficial comments and begin to value talent, effort, and authenticity, we send a clear message. We no longer accept that appearance is more important than health. Park Min-young's situation invites us to reflect. What do we truly admire in our idols? Their perfect body or their ability to move, inspire, and convey art? By choosing the latter, we give artists the opportunity to exist without inhuman pressure. This change doesn't happen overnight. It begins with small actions, a sincere comment of support, a self-imposed criticism, a decision to look beyond the image. These are simple gestures that, together, can break harmful patterns. Because in the end, true beauty isn't found in thinness or any physical shape, but in the humanity we share. As we come to the end of this reflection, it's impossible not to consider the symbolic weight that Park Min-young's image brought to the debate. More than a passing controversy, her extreme thinness reminds us of something urgent. The price of beauty cannot be health or happiness. It makes no sense that artists, who should be recognized for their dedication and talent, are evaluated solely by the bodies they present on camera. Park Min-young's career is characterized by dedication, hard work, and achievements that inspire millions of fans. However, in an instant, all of this seemed to be overshadowed by comments about her appearance. This is a clear portrait of an industry and a public that still need to rethink their priorities. After all, what is more valuable? A body molded by standards or a fulfilling life? This question shouldn't be limited to Korea or the world of K-dramas. It extends to all of us, who often reinforce, even without realizing it, the idea that appearance is more important than substance. Change begins in each person's perspective, in the way we comment, share, and react. Every action has the power to liberate or imprison. Therefore, the invitation is simple but powerful: to look beyond the image, to support our artists for who they truly are, not for what the scale shows. Because in the end, true brilliance lies not in thinness, but in the art, emotion, and humanity they bring to us. If you believe talent should always speak louder than imposed standards, subscribe to the channel, leave your comment, and share this video. Together, we can transform this debate into real change.